right, the Wachusett boys lacrosse team looking for a big season this year. They're a team that has a lot of seniors, has a lot of leadership, has a lot of kids that have played youth lacrosse since they were in 3rd grade. So they came up together. They played for years before they got into high school. So they have some tremendous experience. And again, first step in the journey begins today, and what a test it is. Opening up at home, taking on Algonquin, one of those traditional powers from Central Mass. And so here you go, between the snowbanks. Scoreless game in the first quarter. Wachusett's Andrew Gaffney ripping one just wide of the net. A few minutes later, Dan Turgeon feeding Gaffney. Gaff ripples, and the Mountaineers have a 1-0 lead. Algonquin's Matt Cannon on the ISO. Cannon takes the step around, and Will Wygand with the save for the Mountaineers. Then Gaffney feeding Turgeon in front. Davis Lemieux with the save for Algonquin. Griffin LaPosta feeding Gaffney. Gaffney, twine finder. Mountaineers with a 2-0 lead. Turgeon to LaPosta, cranking up, Lemieux with the save. Jack Wishart on the run. Wishart, good shot, and Lemieux, great save for Algonquin. Following that stick the whole way. Second quarter, Matt Cannon with the cannon. Wygand with the save. Then it's Drew Camerano feeding Cannon, Cannon to the back of the net. No pun intended. And it's 2-1 Mountaineers. Algonquin's on the board. Andrew Gaffney has a hat trick and 2 assists for Wachusett. Zach Skoronik had 5 goals for Algonquin. Wygand with 14 saves. Wachusett with a 9-8 win today in their opener, and that is a big one for the Mountaineers. Well, the Pawtucket Red Sox open up their season this Thursday on the road. Their hitting coach in his 3rd season is Worcester native Rich Gedman. Pawtucket was the first stop on Geddy's journey in pro ball, and it still holds a special place for the former St. Peter Marian star.
I played in the Red Sox organization. I got a chance to come through here. A homegrown kid. I was familiar with it. The first time I signed, this is where they sent me to work out with the guys. I think some of the players here didn't even realize I was signed. They thought I was just trying out. But it was a great place to play. The fans were great here when I was here. And the man I was thinking about, Mike Tamboro, Worcester guy, he's a great baseball executive. He was good to me when I was a kid here, and so it's always nice to come back and be around it, be a part of it. And like I said, it's really close to the big leagues. It's a nice place for people to come and, either see high quality baseball or the stars of tomorrow. So it's a good place to play, and it's a good atmosphere to be around.
You know what? Those Pawtucket Red Sox players are lucky to have a guy like Geddy, too, working with them. Such a wealth of knowledge Rich Gedman has. No ego. He is there literally just to help the players and see them succeed. He was actually in the dugout for the Boston Red Sox on opening day earlier this week because a couple of the coaches there were sick. But Geddy is a great guy and a great coach as well. Big fight this Friday night at the Twin River Casino in Rhode Island. A handful of Worcester fighters on the card, including Kendrick Ball Jr. Now, he has had 8 fights in his first 10 months as a pro. He has learned a lot in his time in less than a year of being a pro fighter.
I've learned so much. I learned you got to be patient, take your time, pick your shots, don't rush, and,
Since he started turning pro, he's every fight he's learned from, he's getting much better. He's definitely starting to get more comfortable in the ring. I think that with him fighting at 160, he was going to dominate the 160 division, then move up to 168, and then probably eventually go to the 175 division. He's 6'3", and at that height, and at 160, it's kind of a freakish at that height, So, but he's doing really good. He's progressing really fine. We're going to be taking some big steps after this one, I hear, and everybody just keep an eye open for him.
Tell you what, Kendrick Ball Jr. looking good. He is part of that card at the Twin River Casino this coming Friday night. The fights will begin at 7 o'clock. The doors open at 6. Jermaine Ortiz, another Worcester fighter on the card. Phil Davis, another Worcester fighter. He's making his pro debut as well. So it's going to be a big night of fights. Andy Lacombe and I will be down there. We will bring you all the highlights Friday night at 10 o'clock. But Kendrick Ball Jr. Did a lot, too, with his strength and conditioning this time around. Had a personal trainer. That was something new with his routine and with his regimen. He said he notices the difference in power. He's hitting with a lot more power. Sparred against heavyweights, rocked him, so he's going in with confidence. Maybe a little bit more power and pop than the last time. So it's going to be fun to see him in the ring on Friday.
Sometimes people don't realize how hard of a sport that really
Oh,
is.
brutal.
Boxing.
I don't think there's a sport that's any more difficult than boxing, because as I say, if you're playing basketball and you get tired, someone runs by you for a layup. If you're boxing, you get tired, you're getting punched in the face. A lot different. A lot different.
Gotta keep your hands up.
Yeah, you keep your hands up and train out of fear. Train out of fear that you're going to run out of gas and your opponent's still going to have something left in the tank. Kendrick trains hard. Everyone does at Camp Get Right. It's going to be a good fight. All the fights will be. Jermaine Ortiz is another real talented fighter from Worcester. Great amateur career, and his pro career is off to a good start, too.
Absolutely. That's our show tonight. For Kevin Shea, I'm Catherine Andrioli. Thanks for watching Worcester News Tonight. Have a great night.